This is what Justin Trudeau is. He is a deeply dishonest, basically soulless nothing. He's not defending Canada. He's not defending the people of Canada. He's just absolutely awful. So I've mentioned Jordan Peterson a couple times here. Here's Jordan Peterson on Justin Trudeau.
How can discourse in a great democracy have become so polarized that Jordan Peterson and the Prime Minister look at exactly the same set of events and come to opposite conclusions about them?
Well, he's lying, and I'm not. So that's a big part of the issue. I don't believe that he ever says a word that's true. From what I've been able to observe, it's all stage acting. He's crafted a persona. He has a particular instrumental goal in mind, and everything is subordinated to serve that.
Why?
So,
what's the motivation?
The same motivation that's generally typical of people who are narcissistic, which is to be accredited with moral virtue in the absence of the work necessary to actually attain it.
Ain't it the truth? Ain't it the truth? And don't we have way too many people in our political establishment, our media establishment, that are doing the exact same thing? They are never telling you the truth. They are never even trying to find the truth. They're not even going directionally towards the truth. They are endlessly doing everything for political goals. So what is this really about? Now think about it. There's a horrific shooting in Uvalde, Texas last week, okay? 19 kids killed, some teachers. I mean, the story is still unfolding. It sounds like there were massive failures at every level in terms of security and the administration at the school and all of that stuff. We'll find out more about that. What does Justin Trudeau do? He uses that tragedy as an excuse to take more political power, which, by the way, is happening right here in the United States. We'll get to that in just a second. And that's what I was referencing earlier. They don't do it all at once. It's too obvious if they come for your rights all at once. So they push and they push and they wait and they see how far they can push you, et cetera, et cetera. We've played this clip many times, but I think it's just apropos of everything we're talking about. One more time, here's Jordan Peterson. This is on Joe Rogan a couple months back.
I just don't understand how it gets to the point where...
things get to terrible places one tiny step at a time. You know, if I encroach on you and I'm sophisticated about it, I'm going to encroach 2 millimeters. I'm going to encroach right to the point where you start to protest. Then I'm going to stop. Then I'm going to wait. Then you're going to calm down. Then I'm going to encroach again right to the point where you protest. Then I'm going to stop. Then I'm going to wait. And I'm just going to do that forever. And before you know it, you're going to be back 3 miles from where you started, and you'll have done it one step at a time. And then you'll go, oh, how'd I get here? And the answer was, well, I pushed you a little farther than you should have gone, and you agreed. And so then I pushed you a little farther than you should have gone again, and you agreed.
You see what we're laying out here, guys? I think we're making a case, right? So what has Justin Trudeau done in Canada over the last couple of years? Well, lockdowns, vaccinations, forcing people out of work, all of that stuff. So they pushed a certain degree, which we all got pushed to that degree in the West, right? Then he goes, okay, now protesting will be illegal, right? We're going to stop these truckers, these people who were only protesting for their right to speak freely, their right to stand up against their government, their right to live as they see fit. We're going to make that illegal too, right? Because that's exactly what he did. And then what was it after that? Oh, we're going to freeze their bank account. So it's this move. You keep pushing, and you wait a little bit, and you push a little bit more. And after frozen bank accounts, what is it now? Well, now we're going to come for their guns. So you don't do it all at once. This is how governments work. Well, I can't say this is how governments work. This is how bad authoritarian governments work. This isn't how Western governments are supposed to work, but this apparently is how the Canadian government works. And if you're in Canada and you're watching this, you got to think about what to do. You got to think about what to do. I'm telling you, I'm meeting a lot of Canadians here in Florida these days who are trying to get the hell out, and it makes sense. If this is the direction that Canada is going in, what will Canada look like in 5 years?